Good day, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful Wednesday. My Wednesday was wonderful as well. Um, was able to get a nice catch up my sleep in, and still get to work at the library. I worked at 4 until 8. Nice little 4-hour shift. Um, can't really complain. It goes well. Um, since I'm locked in to a solid 20 hours a week, can't do more, can't do less. Working where I'm working at the library, it takes away the hassle of like fighting for hours or other things like that. I know what I'm gonna get, and there's no way around it right now. And then to just flip it over to Planet Smoothie on 2 days a week for longer shifts, giving me about 16 hours a week there. So 36 hours of work is pretty good, especially considering the pay is so much higher at the library. Should be getting paid this weekend. So I'll find out kind of an idea of what it is that I'll be bringing in, I guess, with this um, position, this job pretty soon, and just get, like I said, just get an idea. This is what I'm going to be bringing in every 2 weeks. This is what I'm going to bring in every month. When I add 2 weeks together, or 4 weeks, whatever. And then that just be like one less thing that I have to worry about. There won't be any more uncertainty as far as that number goes. Working less hours or more hours, just depending on what happens. Because provided I get to keep both days at Planet Smoothie, and I have the locked in number of hours every week at the library, should be pretty good. So yeah, just a few more days to wait, and I'll find out. It might not be actually, because I think some of my longer, my solid work before I started at the library, the extra hours that I picked up might be showing me a higher number from Planet Smoothie side than I would normally be getting, but I'll have a better idea than I do now, and my expectations are high, so I'll probably be disappointed a little bit just based on I don't know what the reality number is going to be, but I'm just hoping for this to be clear above all else. So I'm not going to let it um, bother me too much if it's less than I thought, and I'm not going to be like blown away if it's more than I thought. But well, I'm excited. I've said that already. But it was a good day at the library. Answered the phone for the first time. I was very reluctant to. That's the part of the job I'm the most nervous about. Um, I was able to answer the question. No, I wasn't able to answer the question. I wasn't. I had to transfer it over, and I was afraid. Probably the biggest thing I was afraid is I would mess up the transferring. For some reason, multiple phone lines apparently are what makes me nervous more than anything else. Um, so it worked out, but it was literally like we had less people up front than we normally do at that time. Someone was on a break, um, and so there was me and one other person, and he was helping a patron. I wasn't. I was just sitting there, and I heard the phone because that's the downside. I may have mentioned this already on the blog. I don't remember if I did or not. I mentioned to a couple people there at the library working. The downside to volunteering for 6 months and not and hearing the phone and ignoring the phone is the fact that I'm hearing the phone and ignoring the phone, and now my job is to answer the phone, and I'm not hearing the phone half the time because I'm so used to ignoring it. Um, so so there's that. I just got to get used to hearing it and just get more comfortable with using it, and everything will be fine there, I'd say. Um, Came home, watched an episode of Survivor. Another good episode. It really left us hanging with what's going to happen next. I'm not surprised about what happened, and I wasn't rooting for or against what happened, without giving anything away. Um, there was a lot of potential that could have been clarified if what happened didn't happen. Um, but because it did, there's a giant question mark. What will happen next? What direction are some people going to go? What might happen in other situations and scenarios? And that's just the cool part of Survivor. Trying to figure this stuff out yourself as it goes along. Um, the only downside is I haven't been able to really talk about it with anyone, which is another thing I enjoyed so much was about Survivor in the past was quite a few people were watching it, and I was able to just talk about it with my brother and with Jesse and my family because we were watching it together and all this other stuff. And now we're not watching it together. They don't watch it yet, and so I can't talk about it. My dad watches it at a different time than my mom and my sister. Josh doesn't watch it anymore. To the best of my knowledge, Jesse doesn't watch it anymore. And so, as much as I enjoy see it played out, I also enjoy talking about it. Just like Mafia. Um, it's fun to play and go through the process, analyzing everything, but it's just as fun to spend a few minutes after the game and talk about what you saw, what you were thinking, what you think someone else might have been thinking, and get some questions answered as far as if you didn't know something or you weren't sure and you wanted to see where someone else is coming from. And it's just like cool discussions talking about all that stuff too. And that's literally half the fun of Mafia. Playing Mafia is talking about it after the game. And it's kind of like that with Survivor a little bit too. Not quite the same. That's why I enjoyed the Mole more than Survivor. Would I pick Survivor as my favorite show nowadays? Maybe, maybe not. In the past, definitely. But when The Mole was on, that was my number one show, hands down. It'd be awesome if it came back, but for some reason, it's not. Oh well. I'm just rambling about different things. Also, after Survivor, I watched what I didn't watch last night. Last night I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I didn't watch The Flash. I was tired. Today I watched, after Survivor, I watched The Flash. I hadn't watched Arrow, which was on tonight, and it was a 2-night crossover event where you had basically everybody from both shows on both shows solving a thing that was happening on both shows completely related to that. The downside was it did very little to progress anything on Arrow. Nothing really happened on Arrow as far as that side of it. And we got a little bit on the Flash side, but not a lot. So yeah, just finished watching those 2 episodes. It was good. It was put together well. At the end, it left a big question mark about something because it was just like, what does that mean? What does what just happened mean? And so, into the future of the show. So I guess it was a slight little nod as far as Arrow goes because we may see this come up again based on that. But it's more likely this is going to be connecting into the new series starting in January, which is kind of a sister show to Arrow and Flash. Legends of Tomorrow, which is basically going to have some characters you see from either of those 2 shows together as the main characters in this new show, and they're going to travel through time in a ship. It's like a time ship or something. I don't know how to describe it beyond that, but it looks exciting. It looks interesting, and I'm excited for it and would like to see it when it starts up, basically. So I'm going to I can't talk. Close out the vlog here with a good night, everybody. And yeah, so good night, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.